What's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Unscripted. I'm here. Look at him already ready to rock.
Unscripted? Is that the name of this show?
No, Unscripted is tomorrow, man. Look, that's how.
Come on, man. Come on, Chris. Get with it, bro. Come on.
That's how tired I am, man. Hey, look. Life in my shoes as a therapist will leave you.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. I know you're a very hardworking man, bro.
Yes, indeed, man. But it's all good, man. We're gonna have some fun. So as a matter of fact, I got something. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and run that back. Come on, Joey.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
What's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. I am here with the bro man right here. Former WWE head writer, former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. You see that big gold belt right there? This guy had it hoisted over his shoulder before, and you can't teach that, ladies and gentlemen. Vince Russo, how are you, my man?
I am doing all right, Chris. A lot of things on this show I want to talk about. Listen, Chris, I was getting bored early. I did a little exercise. I'm going to tell you something, bro, because I've talked about this before. Nobody has ever talked about this. When it comes to the WWE, and again, bro, I'm not talking about the billions and billions and billions of dollars that the company generates. That's Nick Khan, very good at his job. That's Saudi. That's people buying into a 50-year-old brand. That's having a monopoly, bro, because AEW don't mean anything. There's a lot of reasons why they're a billion-dollar company. I'm talking about product. Okay, I'm talking about Raw. I'm talking about SmackDown. And I said this a long time ago. Chris, in Major League Baseball, like kids come up at 22, 23 years old. And, bro, if they get a 10-year career, they're lucky. In Major League Baseball today, bro, your career's over at 32. Like, you're done. You're done. Like, so you get a good run 22 to 32. Okay, bro? Bro, listen to the age of the WWE roster. I don't think people understand. I think people think that some of these guys are a lot younger than they are. Listen to the age of the people on this roster. Usos, 37. Edge, 49. Mysterio, 48. Owens, 38. Baylor, 41. Brock, 45. LA Knight, 40. Priest, 40. Cody, 37. Loomis, 39. Gargano, 35. Miz, 42. Gable, 37. Elias, 35. Corbin, 38. Rollins, 36. Reed, 34. Boggs, 35. Street Profits, 32. Bro, the only guys they got under 30 years old, and two of them are 25 and one's 30. Bro, Solo is 30. Mm-hmm. Dominic is 25, and Theory's 25. Mm-hmm. What? Like, Chris, how do we not? How is 80% of this roster not Theory's age?
They're not developing stars, man.
Oh, my God, Chris, that speaks volumes, man. Volumes, bro.
Yeah, man. I remember back in your day, back in the Attitude Era, there was a very important emphasis on building stars. And there was even a time where Vince was really leery about pushing people over 35, wasn't he? Like he was really adamant about, like, let's be sure to really put the face on people that are 35 and younger. Now, of course, there's some legends that, are older, but at the same time, they should really have that type of legendary status instead of still being a full-time weekly person on the roster. That someone like a Priest, for instance, this person should be paving the way and building someone up. He's just a part of a group that Dominic, yeah, he's 25, but he's not really grooming Dominic though. It's not one of those things that you're grooming this person to be better. It's just that you're just there, and most of the people, like you said, are over 35, and that really speaks volumes of just what they think of new talent, man. They're not recruiting anymore,
bro. I didn't realize it till I realized. I looked every one of these guys up too, and I'm like, I didn't realize it, and I'm like, bro, do you not look at this and realize, like, why aren't guys breaking in at the age of Theory and Dominic?
Yeah.
These should be the guys. I mean, Riddle probably fit that age group. Riddle was young.
No, Riddle's
not young.
No,
Riddle's not
36, 30. Yeah,
bro. I don't understand it, bro. What is the point of the training facility?
Yeah, they Riddle is 37.
Jeez, bro, that's crazy, man.
Yep.
I mean, how old? I know Orton's hurt. Orton's early 40s, right?
He was born in 1980, so he'll be 43 this year.
That's a lot. That really speaks volumes.
AJ was born in 77, I believe.
That Lashley
was born in 76. Yeah, so it's there's a lot of people who are in the top or still who were born in the 70s, man, or early 80s. So
yeah, bro, there were a couple of major question marks in this show that made no sense to me. Cody definitely heard about me and the suits because he addressed that. So I'm going to address what he said, bro, because what he said, I'm still trying to scratch my head and figure out. I don't wear a suit because I'm somebody. I wear a suit because I want to be somebody. So let me get that straight, bro. So you are only somebody, bro, if you wear suits and dress fancy and have fancy cars and have money.
Yes.
Then you're somebody, bro. If you don't have money, then you're a nobody. Like, really, bro? That's the message we want to get across.
That sounds very heelish, by the way.
Chris, what have I been saying all along? When he said that, I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Look at the audience that you're speaking to.
Yeah.
They're never going to be, Cody, they're never going to be at a level that you're at. So you're telling the whole audience you're a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, essentially, that's what you're saying.
I mean, Chris, you're a psychologist. Am I right or wrong?
I mean, logically, that makes sense. I mean, you're essentially saying you're nobody if you don't wear a suit. Most of this crowd isn't, upper middle class. Therefore, you're nobody. And so it's like, it's like me saying, you know what, everyone who's over 60 just has no brain. And you're like, wait a minute. Like, it's like you're like, yeah, that's right. Wait a minute, I'm 62. Like, so it's like, what did you, what, what? You know what I mean?
Bro, the whole thing that is so puzzling to me, Chris, is because you and I know Dusty was the son of a plumber. Dusty was of the people. Dusty didn't go around wearing suits and fine cars. And I'm missing something here, bro.
I've said it many times, man. Like there's not really much of a tie-in with Cody and Dusty other than he's Dusty's son. I mean, like there's not Cody doesn't have a common man feel to him. He doesn't have a son of a plumber. He doesn't have an everyman feel to him. He looks great. He has a great physique. There's not a lot of relatability. I mean, it's a honeymoon stage that we're witnessing right now with the fans. He's a fresh face,
bro.
He's a defect from AEW. He's a fresh face. He's a new person to cheer. And I'm telling you, man, and I've even noticed a couple of boos here and there within the crowd. Not a lot, but I've noticed a couple boos. I give it 6 months, Vince. I give it 6 months in this honeymoon stage with Cody will be over with, because right now the only thing that he's riding on is just being a fresh face right now.
you know, Chris, I got to be honest. I'm watching this thing, and I'm two things tonight, and I'm really saying, bro, are they already setting him up to be a heel? In other words, is he gonna do something heelish to beat Roman Reigns, and then Reigns comes the babyface out of that? Because first of all, bro, we had the comment about the somebody. I want to be a somebody. Then, bro, he cuts a whole promo on, if I want to come out here and help Sami Zayn, I'll help Sami Zayn. If I want to help Kevin Owens, I will help Kevin Owens. So then we get to the end of the show, and you don't want to help Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
I swear, Chris, I'm telling you, either they're dropping the ball and there are these gaping holes, or they're setting this guy to be a heel right after maybe he screws Reigns out of the title.
I don't even think their thought process even goes that far, Vince. I don't even see that.
Let me ask you, and I agree with you, but let me ask you this, Chris, seriously, after he cuts that promo, what is the thought process of him not coming out at the end?
This week, Kevin Owens saying, because he cut the promo in the back saying, I don't want you there. I don't want you there. I don't want you there. He's been saying that every week, though, by the way. But I guess this week they want the heat to be on the bloodline, and so they didn't come out, because eventually Kevin Owens is, I mean, you only have 2 weeks left, but eventually somehow they're going to get to the point where they help each other to set up for WrestleMania. And I can see a 6-man match be for Backlash, because Backlash is the last, I mean, it's the pay-per-view after WrestleMania. So I can see Cody, Sammy, and KO get some variation of the bloodline. Maybe Sikoa and the Usos, if Reigns go away. I can see some type of 6-man that's going to be a part of that. So they're kind of sowing the seeds with that too. And so I can see that happening after.
Yeah, I could definitely see that too. You're right. Yep. Okay.
All right. We have Joseph, our guy, Joseph Gonzalez, 999 Super Chat, bro. Kevin Owens has been in the company for 10 years, and we still don't know what his character is. Is he an Amazon forklift driver who decided to be a wrestler?
That would be a great gimmick, Joseph. I would applaud that gimmick. I literally would applaud. At least that would explain why he dresses the way he does.
Indeed. Yeah. I don't know, man. Kevin Owens is he's a big, I mean,
prize fighter.
He's a prize fighter. I can't take I can't take away from his in-ring work. He's good. He's good.
We're not saying that. Nobody's saying that at all.
But you have to.
I know.
Make captions for the marks here. But at the same time, I will say that Kevin Owens, I think that he's reached the ceiling, because it's just face or heel. It's just a variation of the same thing. You know what I mean? And it went from a prize fighter to just like, I'm just going to fight Owens fight. And so it's just like, what are you really? Like, there's no gimmick affiliated with
Chris, I swear to God, and you're going to remember this, because you remember everything, bro. You're like an elephant. You remember everything, Chris. Chris, there was one vignette that I saw Kevin Owens in, and I'm like, that's the direction they need to go. And it was dropped the next week like they drop everything else. Bro, the one vignette was he was at a bowling alley and he was bowling with his kid.
Yeah,
that should be, he should be every man.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how he should be, bro.
Yeah.
And I saw that one with the kid, and he played off his kid great, and that was it. We never saw that again. We went back to the prize fighter, the duct tape, okay, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think if there's any everyman character, it seems like they're trying to do that with Kevin Owens as an everyman, but they're not really causing him to be that type of gimmick, though.
They're not committing to it. They're not committing.
Yeah, exactly. They're not committing to it. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
And I think with Kevin Owens, if they really focus on him being an everyman character, I think he'd work. I mean, I think, because the thing is, You know, the thing is with someone like a Kevin Owens and especially a Dusty Rhodes, his character was so bigger than his physique that he was a Superman without, looking like, a Superman.
Yep.
His gimmick was so bigger than his physique was.
Yep.
That, it's interesting. Even as a kid, I was looking at Dusty's promos and his gimmick. I never really paid attention to his physique. Like it was something that he was so infectious as a character. Stuff like that doesn't even mean anything. But at the same time, if your physique isn't the most chiseled and you are you're acting like your gimmick is some type of prize fighter, when you think of boxers or prize fighters, their physiques are typically very chiseled. And so, like, at the same time, if you want to commit to this prize fighter thing, you got to commit to it physically. Otherwise, go away from it and you can be something else. Foley is another person, he's just never was the most, physically and, impressive person, but just an amazing character. Same thing with Vader. Like just amazing characters. It doesn't matter your physique if your character is very strong. So, let's see. Let's go with Eddie in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 199 super chat. Just because he loves the show. Thank you very, very much for your super chat. There's another one that I see here. Young Reckless 199 super chat. So here we go. You think Cody should win or Reigns reach 1,000 days? So here's your WrestleMania prediction, Vince. Who do you have?
Bro, they have to do something because there's nobody behind Cody. You know what I'm saying, Chris? If there were 3 baby faces behind Cody, if there was 1 baby face, there's nobody behind him, bro. So that's why I'm saying, bro, either he wins as a baby face, either the big swerve is he does something heelish to Reigns. I don't know. Does Heyman join Cody? I don't know. But whatever goes down, they don't have a choice because there's nobody behind Cody, bro.
Yeah. I'm for, because I was for Sami Zayn winning just for the moment. But since that moment's over and since they didn't do it, I think that Reigns should beat Cody at WrestleMania. Because to me, just the buy-in, like there's just nothing. I explained this on Pancakes and Power Slams last week. This feud is just very skeletal. Like the heart and soul, the bread and butter of WWE for months upon months, almost nearly the entire year, was the bloodline. That was the bread and butter of all of WWE. Yes, it was primarily on SmackDown, but at the same time, though, that was the most intriguing part of the WWE. That just ended a few weeks ago. So Cody running the Rumble is just coming in off of a hot feud, a hot story that's continuing. So Sami Zayn, sure, he's not on the main event level, but they're just trying to throw in Cody to be involved with this Sammy and KO thing. It just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like authentic. It feels artificial.
It's not organic.
It doesn't feel natural, organic. It doesn't feel that way, man.
Chris, like I always say, and this is what you're saying, if this were real, it would not be going down this way.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It feels manufactured. I agree
feels very manufactured. They're just throwing this. They just throwing the Cody thing in with this Sammy being so hot, and it's just like, you're trying to just throw it in there. You're throwing the Dusty thing. You're putting Heyman in here, but it still feels contrived. And Cody winning isn't really the culmination. Like WrestleMania isn't really the culmination of the potential. The potentiality of this feud, because if I just don't feel the culmination being at WrestleMania, though. You know what I mean? Like I just don't feel like when a good story is here, WrestleMania gives it more of a culmination feel.
Yeah.
But with Cody Rhodes and Reigns, there's just so much left in this potentially that if you're culminating at WrestleMania, it's just going to feel so rushed. So because of that, to me, I don't think Cody should win at WrestleMania for sure. We have another one here. Awesome Sauce, $5. Off topic, Vince, did you ever work with Rick Rude? Always heard he was one of the MOs.
What is that? What is that? What is MOS?
I don't know.
What is MOS? Awesome Sauce.
Man of Sauce.
Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. There we go.
I actually did work with Rick Rude when he was part of DX, and he was great to work with, man. Great. I mean, great pro. He was just a pro.
Yeah, I heard it was one of the toughest backstage, man.
Yeah.
He was really tough. Scott Smith, $5 super chat. Cheers to Dr. Chris and Vince Russo, cause you both say it like it is, man. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate all your support, man. One of the most supportive people of both of us, both myself and Vince.
Our Aussie friend, bro.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you very, very much, Scott. Man, let's get to let's run down this this thing here. We got Edge calling out Finn Balor. We got Balor with Judgment Day coming out. Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania confirmed. What are your thoughts?
Can I get people straight on this? Because even Edge doesn't know. Okay, let me make one thing perfectly clear, because this pisses me off, and I want people to understand, bro. I was there for the inception of Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I did not come up with the concept. I'll tell you where the concept came out of. Taker and Shawn wanted to have a cage match, but they didn't want to be confined by the cage on the apron. Mm-hmm. They wanted more room. That's where the concept came up.
Nice.
So the concept was told to me by Vince. I believe Cornette was there, and they needed a name for it. Okay. I threw out Hell in the Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I threw it out, you might not think it's a big difference, but it is a big difference. Hell in the Cell means there's one cell.
Mm.
This is the cell. It's a big deal. It's a spectacle. These guys say Hell in a Cell. It could be any cell, bro. Any cell. No, it's the cell is supposed to be a character in the match. Mm. They drive me nuts. I don't know how it was changed from Hell in the Cell to Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
A Cell could be anything, bro.
Because there's each city, Vince, has a unique cell in some warehouse that is just ready for anyone to bring out to the arena.
They missed the whole concept of the cell. They missed the whole concept. Anyway, go ahead on, bro. Go ahead.
Makes sense.
So he teases Balor that he's going to be the demon in Hell in the Cell.
I did pick up that tease.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to follow through with it?
I
think he's going to be the demon.
Yes.
The demon was such a baby face character, though, man. It was just I don't understand why they would want to do the demon, as if that's going to make a difference. But I guess it does make sense, because what'd you think about the last line? Like, I went to hell, but they kicked me out because they couldn't even handle my demons. Do you think that was a good line, or not quite?
I mean, it was okay. I mean, if they follow through with the demon character, I think it was a good line. If they're teasing everybody and then they don't deliver, I don't know why you'd say it in the first place.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that they won't do the demon character.
Wouldn't surprise me either, Chris. Would not surprise me. But
so this transitions into Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio defeating Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano. So they're this is what I found funny about this, other than the fact that Lumis took the fall, which is horrible. But at the same time, I think the reason why they didn't have Gargano take the fall is because now I didn't even know this because I don't watch NXT. So he came back to NXT, I guess, last week with Grayson Waller. Shawn Michaels introduced him, so he came back to NXT. So he's having a pay-per-view match again, like their biggest pay-per-view, Stand and Deliver, is WrestleMania weekend. So he's going against Grayson Waller. And so it looks like they want to make Gargano still look strong, and they don't want him to lose heading into the NXT pay-per-view, so they gave Loomis the fall. Why would they even book this segment if they're trying to do that?
Bro, if they were booking Loomis correctly, this dude wouldn't even have to be wrestling. He wouldn't have to even be wrestling, bro. This guy, what's his real name again?
Sam Shaw.
Sam Shaw. Bro, he's a great performer. He gets it. He looks great. This type of wrestler should not be. Bro, do you know, good old days? I mean, believe it or not, Chris, we have a champion at Rocky Mountain Pro. His name is David Drake, and he's very much like the Loomis character. He's the champion. Chris, you know he never wrestles on the show. He only wrestles to defend the title, because creatively I come up with things on every different show to make this guy a strong character. Yeah. Loomis does not need to be in there wrestling, bro. Yeah. This really shows you, bro, when you've got a character this strong, it really shows you their lack of creative.
Yes, indeed. There's just so many people who are really committed. Like there's people who are really just kind of doing what WWE tells them to do, but there's other people who are really committed to their character. And Dexter Loomis is one of those people. WWE just doesn't know what to do with someone who's really committed to their character, cue Bray Wyatt. And I think with Bray, like, I would be really interested in a Bray Wyatt as a heel.
Absolutely.
With Dexter Loomis.
Oh, I would love to write that, bro. Oh my God, Chris, I would love to write that. I think above anything else, I would love to write that.
That would be really.
Bro, you know what the funny thing is, bro? Bro, you know who Sin Bodhi is?
He was Kazarni in WWE.
Yeah, bro, I've got this, we've got a Sam Shaw type character as a champion, and his next opponent is Sin Bodhi, bro, for exactly how hard is that to do? But I swear to God, Chris, you can come up with, okay, we got Dexter Loomis, we got Bray Wyatt. Now we're sitting in the creative room. Now we got how could you have nothing, bro? Yeah. Bro, that would be like Walt Disney. Like Walt Disney with his 100 characters saying, well, we've got this goofy character, but I don't really know what that is. Like, come on, guys. Yeah. I mean, Chris, that could be a 6-month
absolutely
program of absolute gold.
Yeah,
bro.
It would be theater. It would be more cinematic, you know what I mean? And that's what I would really be, just the cinema that would come, as a part of that every week, or just really teasing. And the thing is, you wouldn't even have to do a match until 2 or 3 months in, at least. You know what I mean? Like,
not at all, bro. Not at all. Not at all.
You can bring in Gargano, Candice LeRae. Like, you can bring in so many different facets of it without Loomis and Bray, competing against each other.
Yep.
And it would be really, really interesting to see, man. I would really be a fan of that.
Yep.
You have the earlier today segment, Kathy Kelly interviewing The Miz. He and then gets approached by Chad Gable. Camera cuts out to Damage Control attacking Trish Stratus. Now, there's rumors that Trish is going to turn heel and feud against Becky for SummerSlam. So maybe this is just kind of sowing the seed of, like, you weren't there, y'all aren't there for me. Becky Lynch, you're taking, my friend away from me, Lita and stuff like that. How do you feel about Trish Stratus coming back semi full-time and starting a program with Becky Lynch at SummerSlam?
Chris, I don't mind them bringing back Trish. I don't mind them bringing back Lita. As a matter of fact, bro, good for those women. It's a payday. Good for them. Good for them. But let's face it, Chris, we're going to go right back to the old problem. Why do they have to bring these women in? Because they haven't gotten any of their women over. Yeah. Okay, if that wasn't the reason, I'd be fine with it, but that's the only reason they're doing this.
Yeah.
And everything goes back to they can't get anybody over to mean anything. So yeah, bro. So now they're going to turn Trish. So Becky has an opponent because we've been through Asuka. We've been through Charlotte. We've been through Bayley. We've been through all of them. Yeah. And there's nobody else that they're making. So
here's my thing.
It's a placeholder for a month.
Yeah, and I'm not too opposed of Lita and Trish coming, but make it feel important though. You know what I mean? Like it just it's that whole Hall of Fame thing, man. Like if you're going to put them in the Hall of Fame, make them feel different than everybody else. Like Lita already feels blended in with everybody else. She doesn't really feel like she doesn't stand out.
I agree.
And now Trish already is starting to feel like everybody else. It's like if you're going to put a Hall of Famer in, you're going to bring a Hall of Famer in, make them stand out. And I don't think the WWE is really doing a good job with having that. Otherwise, why bring them in if they're going to be a Hall of Famer and somebody different and the best among the best? But they're coming into 2023 feeling like the 2023 crowd, which isn't a crowd to really be, proud of, I mean, overall, it just, they're not really doing a really good job at all with.
I agree with that. Yep.
So, I mean, with that, if Lynch beats Trish at SummerSlam, what's the difference between her when she beat Lita at the pay-per-view? Like she's already beaten Lita at a pay-per-view and she's still at this level. So what is beating Trish going to do? Is that going to send her to a different level, or is that just a placeholder to give Becky a spot at SummerSlam? Why do that though? Like it's just I'm not a fan of doing that stuff. Just like I've told you this before, Vince. Why bring the legends back? To me, it's really owed that you're bringing the legends back to put over the current talent and then cycle back. Here comes another legend, put over their talent.
Chris,
why is that something?
I hate to say this, and this will probably get me heat, and I'm sure Raju's going to clip this and put it up first thing tomorrow morning. Whatever can get Vince heat, Raju's going to put up, but I'm going to say it, bro, because this is the truth. With what you just said, and I agree with you 1,000%, it really tells you what the WWE thinks of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro. They're telling you people in the Hall of Fame are not special because we don't treat them special. They're telling you it's bogus, bro. It doesn't mean anything. And when they come back on the show, they're just another wrestler.
That's it, man.
Come on, bro. Like you're gonna argue that point?
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to argue with when it comes to that. The Hall of Fame is supposed to be the best of the best, and that's the reason. I mean, I think that Rey Mysterio 1,000% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but I think this year was a weird year to put him because people deal with recency bias. That's a psychological phenomenon that many people, just about everybody in some way deal with, this recency bias. And so knowing that, they probably don't know that from a psychological standpoint, but if people are dealing with recency bias and Rey Mysterio's recent resume looks very poor, and of course he's a legend, he's been around for a long time, but a lot of times people they think of someone based on the recent string of events that's happened. Cue Ric Flair's last match, which, well, I'm sure we'll be talking about that at one of our shows. He wants another match, by the way. And so, but at the same time, people keep thinking of Ric Flair. If you think of Ric Flair, yes, 16-time world champion, but you also think of the freshest thing, which is that very, very dehydrated, poor match, right?
People always remember the last thing they see.
That's recency bias.
Yep.
And so if you're thinking about all of these talent, these Hall of Famers, Lita lost, Trish lost, Goldberg lost, and you're bringing all these people, and then you're going to try to use their clout to put over someone who's going to make them lose. And then you have someone like a Rey Mysterio who's lost match after match after match as of late, and nothing within the past really 2 or 3 years at least has been really Hall of Fame worthy in the WWE. And to put him in the same time and area where he's losing a lot of matches, backing down from his son, doesn't want to be a WrestleMania, that doesn't really look Hall of Fame-ish to me. Yeah. I would say let it breathe a little bit, give it a couple years, let people get this recency bias and flush that out, and then put Rey Mysterio in the Hall of Fame instead of just that's like Michael Jordan, going to the Wizards. And although he did decent, what I mean, he was still averaging about 20 a game as opposed to about 33 or so. And so Wizards Jordan is not the same as Bulls Jordan.
That's a great analogy.
But this year we'll put Michael Jordan in the Hall of Fame as he's doing worse than he did in the Bulls. That just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, man.
No.
Awesome Sauce, $2.20 super chat. Trish should manage a heel Bianca. Well, do you think that has any legs to it?
I don't. Bianca can talk, but I don't like her current character, but she could still cut a promo.
Yeah. And Trish hasn't been the best. I mean, she hasn't been the best promo cutter, and so her being a manager in that regard, I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Rollin $4.99 super chat, bro. WWE is so starless that not only is John Cena on the cover, that's a good point, of the WWE 2023 video game, but there are 3 different covers and Cena is all 3 of them.
Think about that, what Roland is saying, seriously, bro. Think about Chris. Think about you guys. A lot of gamers listen to this show. Think about the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, and the NFL putting retired players on the cover of their. Back to
Jordan, back to the point of Jordan. NBA 2K23, Michael Jordan is on all 3 covers.
Yeah. George Blanda is going to be on the cover of Madden Football, bro. George Blanda. Roger Staubach, bro, is going to be on the next cover.
Yeah. On the cover of NFL 2023.
Wow,
Joe Montana.
Yes, Roland, to break down exactly what you're saying, Roland, the reason they're doing that is to sell the game.
Yeah.
They're not going to sell it with Austin Theory or a current talent on the video game. This is exactly what this whole show is about.
That's a really good point. Because if you think of it from a demographic standpoint, like my kids, my oldest, he'll be 11 this year, and he knows who John Cena is. But if I say, "Hey, Elijah, who's Austin Theory?" He'd be like, "I don't know." I mean, I don't know. But he's like, "Oh yeah, there's John Cena." You know what I mean? So that's the marketing. But the problem is you're not making Austin Theory like John Cena or as popular as John Cena. You have the ability. So either one, it's either 3 options. Either 1, he doesn't have the ability to do it on his own. 2, you're limiting him from your booking, or 3, a combination of both.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems like. It's one of those 3 options. Yep. Joseph Gonzalez, $4.99 super chat. Why aren't Lita and Trish putting young talent over? Not doing that is wasting the legends. They won't keep coming back forever. Don't waste them. Yeah, I mean, they typically do put them over with the legends. The only thing that the problem I have a lot about this, Joseph, is that if you have a legend come, you know that eventually the point is to put somebody over. Like, you need to make it into a story. Give me a why behind the what. Give me a reason why this legend is coming back out from retirement to make a statement. Don't just say, "Oh, okay, well, Lita," like this whole thing is weird because Becky Lynch and Bayley were feuding, and then all of a sudden Lita comes out and helps Becky in a cage match out of nowhere, and then Trish comes out and helped them both out of nowhere. There's no buy-in here.
You also, bro, Joseph, you also have to believe that your You've got to build your talent and get your talent over to believe they could beat the legend. Bro, let's run the gamut, guys. Up next, we saw whatever that was with Omos and Brock Lesnar. The most unbelievable segment I think Brock Lesnar has ever been with. So let's take that case in point, guys. You believe Omos could beat Brock Lesnar? You believe Damage Control could beat Lita and Trish? You believe Austin Theory can beat John Cena? No, and no, bro. That's the problem. Yeah. It's got to be somebody that you've built and you've built and you've built and you've built. And now, holy crap, is so-and-so going to beat Brock Lesnar?
Right.
That's not the case with any of these. Chris, I don't believe Finn Balor could beat Edge on his best day. That one they'll probably put Balor over.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, bro. You've got to believe that these young kids can beat the legends, and you don't believe it.
Yeah, and to your point, Vince, it's not about them not having the potential of beating them. It's not they're not being booked to feel
right. No, it's the booking, guys. It's the booking. Indeed. If you book wrestlers the correct way, quite frankly, bro, it really doesn't matter who it is. Yeah. I mean, I would like them to look like wrestlers, bro. You can get anybody over with the right booking, bro. You really can, man.
Yep, absolutely. We got a few more super chats. Thank you all. We're about to address a few. We're about to address them, but let's go down the line. Let's go down the list real quick. We talked about the Lesnar almost face off. Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. It looks like so WWE's version of getting us excited about WrestleMania. It's just putting a bunch of the names in warm-up matches.
Bro, did we not say this 3 weeks ago, Chris? Did we not tell you 3 weeks ago that they're going to give them wins going up to WrestleMania? That's bro, we said that 4 weeks ago. That's what you're going to see the next 4 weeks. That's exactly what they're doing, bro.
How is warm-up matches for the names getting us excited about WrestleMania? There's not a lot of story. Like, they're trying to throw in the stories with it, but they're giving us warm-up matches instead of actually spend the time in developing the story from an out-of-ring point of view. They keep giving us warm-up matches that has nothing to do, with the build-up for WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes and LA Knight, why would you sacrifice someone like an LA Knight for the sake of a warm-up match for Cody Rhodes? Why would you do that? Seth Rollins cutting a backstage interview, interrupted by The Miz, then Baron Corbin. Anything on this?
No.
Bronson Reed defeating Elias with Rick Boogs. Again, Vince, I say this all the time. What in the heck does this segment have to do with WrestleMania? Are we going to have a match with Elias and Boogs at WrestleMania? Are they going to throw that in? Elias is tired of Boogs, or Boogs is tired of Elias. And then all of a sudden, looking at WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 2 nights anyways. You might as well just throw that match in there.
Oh, bro, Elias and Boogs are both 35, so they're both up-and-comers.
They are. There's some young kids, man. Yeah, some developing kids ready to just sow their wild oats. Johnny Slice, $5 super chat. I wish T.L. Hopper would come back to tell Cody to keep the word plumber.
That would be tremendous, Johnny. That is great. I would love to see that. That would be tremendous.
That would be real. See, stuff like that to me. If you were to talk about like warm-up matches,
right? Yes.
If warm-up matches is the theme,
yes,
that's the warm-up.
Yes,
match. I'm with Cody in with T.L. Hopper, man.
Yes,
because it makes sense. Not just, I mean, him in a match with LA Knight makes 0 sense.
No,
him in a warm-up match with T.L. Hopper, who's the plumber, who probably has a son who's probably Cody's age.
Right.
So he should bring out the son of him, which is the son of a plumber.
There you go.
Put him in a match with Cody Rhodes. That makes sense.
I'm all in.
Indeed. We get backstage, Kathy Kelly with Chad Gable. Another camera cut shot. This time Becky Lynch and Lita
Bro,
storming the locker room.
No, bro, you know what I love? This is what I love. This is I always steal a line from my dear friend, the Road Dogg, who always used to say, bless his heart. I always, bro, this is so WWE, bro. This is stuff, bro, that they will never get over. Never, ever get over, bro. I could live to be 100 and they'll be doing this 40 years from now. So, Chris, Trish gets beat up. Now Lita and Becky arrive on the scene, and what are they doing, bro? They're running to make sure that Trish is okay with their belts over this. Bro, I swear to God, what is wrong with you guys? What do you really think? Oh my God, Trish got attacked. They go to leave the trade room. They go to leave the locker room. No, we forgot our belts.
Be sure to get the belts though.
They turn around, bro. Put the belts over their shoulder. Like, bro, like seriously, Bruce. Come on, Bruce. Come on, guys. Like, seriously, bro. We're still doing their walking around with their belts. We're still doing that, bro. Oh,
it gives them like a extra boost of energy if they got the belt.
Oh my God! Can you stop with some of this stupid crap, bro? Please.
Where's the belts, man? That's a T-shirt in the making.
Oh my God, bro.
We also have another backstage interview. Kathy Kelly was getting her money's worth today because she was in a lot of backstage segments. This one interviewing Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is saying that he didn't want the help of Sami Zayn or Cody Rhodes. Now, again, Vince, everybody knows that this is going to be Kevin and Sami against the Usos. When do you pull the trigger, or do you think you should have pulled the trigger a long time ago?
You should have pulled it a long time ago, but then, Chris, they would have some storytelling to do. They can't do that, so we're going to milk the most obvious of things up until the very last week.
As if it's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, what's the swerve? Like, here's the fun, like, the thing is, when it comes to storytelling, the intrigue is that it always may have room for a swerve, and the problem is with this, I don't see any room for a swerve 2 weeks leading into WrestleMania. What's the potential swerve? And Kevin Owens turns on Sami, and we see another match between them at WrestleMania. What's the swerve?
I miss the swerve, especially when you never see one, man. I swear to God, guys, there's this Netflix show, you guys. It just started its third season. It's called You on Netflix. It's in its third season, and like, I'm watching last night, and it's 10-episode seasons, and like on the sixth episode, Chris, you think you got it all down, and then there's the swerve, and you're just like, there it is. You know, what happened to that, guys? Come on, man. Like, really?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, there's zero room for swerve.
That's why these absolute stupid marks who to this day talk about Vince Russo winning the WWE title and David Arquette. Yeah, bro, that's cause you never saw that coming. And guess what, guys? You're still talking about that. It was 25 years ago. And each of them were done in a very, very, very plausible way. But that was something that there's no way in the world that this can happen. I am begging the WWE to do that. I don't care what it is. Give me any angle. This is this. You know what this is? I swear it's what I told you about Dutch. I heard from the great Dutch today. Hadn't heard from him in a while. But this is what Dutch called maintenance. The angle's already shot. Just maintain it. You know what, bro? It's okay if you're maintaining it for a week or two, Chris. Chris, we're maintaining this stuff for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like for Cody Rhodes getting a win over people that you know he's gonna beat, that's maintenance, bro. That's not furthering the angle.
Yeah. Great point there, man. Great point. Give me a swerve, man. I want
a
swerve.
For crying out loud. Give me something.
Yes, indeed. We get a recap of John Cena and Austin Theory. And then we get another backstage earlier today segment of Austin Theory trying to pull a Cena light and dress down Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Did you think that he was even in the same ballpark of dressing down someone like Cena dressed him down last week?
Oh God, no, please, bro. Come on, man, please.
He tried, man. He tried. You know, and it's sad. It's sad though that you know, he was, man, he just, the things that he talked about with Street Profits, I was looking at that. I was like, man, what a waste of talent. I mean, what a waste. Like this team is one of the most consistent, stable teams in all of WWE, and they have no spot at WrestleMania.
Chris, do you remember? I swear it's about 6 weeks ago now. Something happened with Theory. Something happened. I don't remember what happened, but remember he came out. I'm not a kid anymore. You're not going to call me a kid. And remember for like 2 weeks, he was this vicious. Yeah. What happened to that? Like, remember that? Like, that's gone. Remember when we were calling Bailey Karen?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to these things, bro, that go nowhere all the time? All the time, these things go nowhere, bro.
It just seems like there's no commitment to the character. They're just throwing out ideas, and then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, this segment didn't do as good as we wanted it to, or we really didn't like, we wanted you to commit it to a little bit more. You didn't commit to it enough, and so we're just going to pull it out. It's all of these kind of trial and errors that we see a lot within the segments and within the live television. A lot of trial and errors. That's the reason why stuff isn't consistent almost at all anymore, because you're like, okay, we'll try this. No, we'll pull it back. We'll try this. Okay, we'll pull it back. And again, if this is an episodic television show, I say this all the time, how are we committing to the characters and to the episodes if week after week it's, let's do something, no drawback, let's do it, okay, I'm turning the channel at that point. I'm done. I'm not. Why am I spending my time trying to put these puzzles together, and I'm confused at what pieces to even work with? And so no.
Well, and bro, the worst part of what you just said, Chris, is, here's the worst part. We've got years and years and years and years of knowing. It's not like they know what they're doing. In other words, if I'm watching an episode of Seinfeld and I'm a little bit confused, I'm going to say Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld know what they're doing. Bro, we know they don't know what they're doing. So it's not a matter of me and Chris or you, the audience, saying, oh, bro, let's give them a couple of weeks. They know what they're doing. No, bro. They've showed us time and time and time again. They don't know what they're doing, bro.
Vince, I used this as an analogy before on the show, and I'll do it again. This guy right here.
Yes.
This guy right here. When I see a Bob Ross painting, a third of the way, I'm like, Bob, what the heck are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why are you putting that tree right there on that area of the canvas? What are you doing?
Yep.
And then by the time the whole picture is done, I'm like, oh, that's a masterpiece. Like, I wouldn't have thought about that myself. That was a masterpiece, because I've learned, looking at Bob Ross paintings now, or looking at Bob Ross shows. All right, just hold on.
And you know, Chris, you know it's gonna be a masterpiece. What's the last masterpiece we've seen, bro? Like, serious, bro. Listen, you know, again, bro, you're gonna tell me the Bloodline, bro? I'm sorry. Everybody thinks the Bloodline was so great because everything else sucked. There was nothing else on the shows. This was the only freaking storyline. Give me a break, bro. This was not Hamlet, bro. This was not Shakespeare. Everything else on both shows absolutely sucked. And this was the only thing that looked like an angle.
Yep.
Like, seriously, bro, do you really think, bro, 10 years from now, people are going to be talking about the Bloodline storyline? I don't, bro. I don't.
If I think they may, but it would be among like typically when they have those type of conversations, it's a faction conversation, like who's among the best factions. I don't think that the Bloodline is anywhere close to among the greatest factions of all time. But you guess what? I bet you WWE is going to cut like a package 7 years from now and say that this fake WWE.com voting, the number 4, the Bloodline,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Just to make them look good.
And this angle, bro, this Bloodline angle is so freaking great, bro. Yeah, where's Sami Zayn on tonight's show? That's how great it is, bro, that the guy ain't even on the show. Can you imagine, bro, in the Attitude Era, I'm in the middle of a storyline with Steve Austin, and then 1 week he's just not on the show. Yeah. Like, really, bro, that's a great storyline. Come on, man.
And to your point, Vince, with the whole Bray Wyatt stuff going on, now Bobby Lashley's the one that has to, take the brunt of this because of the Observer mention of something as far as creative stuff, but that's, you can take it or leave that. That's not really confirmed. What is mostly thought of right now is that it's became more of an injury related thing. And so with this, Vince, I can see either, we got a couple super chats, I'll get to them in a minute. With this, I can see either Bobby Lashley, they throw him in with Uncle Howdy. It's just him and Uncle Howdy. Or somehow they throw him into the triple threat match with Lesnar and Omos. I can see just one of those. I've even heard a rumor of potentially LA Knight. I don't see that happening just because he just lost tonight. And so right now what you have, Vince, is potentially Bobby Lashley versus Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania. What do you think? What do you think?
Quite frankly, I wouldn't mind seeing Bobby Lashley versus Howdy Doody, the puppet.
Howdy Doody.
That would definitely be more entertaining to me.
I've got the best match for Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. Ready?
Go ahead.
Mustafa Ali.
Oh, damn, I thought you were going to bring Toots up, bro. I was ready to pop for Toots. Toots and Lashley, bro.
There's the swerve.
Oh, man, I was all ready to come out of my seat, bro. But you know what, bro? Listen, Ali is so confused now that he's wearing a ski hat and sunglasses. He doesn't know whether it's hot or cold outside, bro.
He's conflicted. He's
conflicted. Is it cold today? Is it sunny? Should I wear both just in case? Oh yeah, bro. Cool.
My head is cold, but it's hot in here, man. That's he's conflicted, Vince. He's conflicted. Oh. All right, we got a couple of super chats. Let's start off with Johnny Slice, $10. To add some intrigue to this Mania match against Brock, the big man should adopt an old Nikki Cross gimmick and come out as own.
I'm with that. Yes. Now you guys are talking. Now this WrestleMania is shaping up, bro.
Yes, SK Nation should be a part of the booking committee.
Yes, now it's shaping up.
Omos, a superhero.
Yes.
I like it. Next we have
bro.
Greg.
What if you would, bro? Think about how funny that is, bro. Remember Superman and Clark Kent used to go, Lois, we never knew the difference between the two. Yeah. Bro, what about you got a guy 7'4", 400 pounds, but you don't know it's the same guy? Yeah. Bro, come on, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes. I remember when Andre did that when he was
that'd be tremendous.
He was suspended. And then he came back as a machine, and he was like, "That's Andre the Giant," and they played on like, "No, that's not Andre." And then the referee would turn, and Andre would like put his mask up a little bit. Yeah. Man, that was the Machines. By the way, if you never heard of the Machines theme song from the WWF, go to YouTube and type in the Machines WWF theme song. It sounds like a generic like scary movie / like generic video. It's absolutely
and Hogan did that too.
Yeah, when he was Mr. America. Yeah,
Hogan was one of the super machines too.
Yeah, he was on the machine. Yeah, he was. Piper was one of the machines.
Yeah.
He was Piper Machine.
Blackjack
awesome. Mulligan was a machine.
Yeah, that's great.
Andre was a machine. Ed Leslie, he was a machine. Demolition Axe, he was a machine too. That machine angle was really cool. Let's see. Greg, $9.99. Is anyone at USA Network even paying attention, or are they taking WWE's word that this is a great, compelling process?
Greg, I'll be honest with you, Greg. Great question. I think they've thrown in the towel. I mean, when I was working with them, they threw in the towel, and that literally was a year ago. I stopped working with them last WrestleMania, bro. I think they've thrown in the towel. I think they're just waiting for the. I think they're just waiting for the contract to expire. I really do, Greg. To be honest with you.
Yikes. Let's run down this so we don't be here for an hour and a half again. Let's see. We got Austin Theory and Angelo Dawkins. That was going to happen again in warm-up matches. Kathy Kelly once again interviewing Paul Heyman. Then we get the Rey Mysterio. What are you doing there?
Heyman's hand gimmick.
Oh, is that Heyman's hand gimmick?
It's so old. I swear to God, bro. It would I swear Heyman to me is like Pete Rose still leading off for the Cincinnati Reds. I swear, enough, bro. Enough. I got it.
According to WWE's standards, though, that would make sense because the legend.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right, bro. Go ahead.
Rey Mysterio cutting a Hall of Fame. They showed the Hall of Fame package of Mysterio again.
Bro, you know what's so sad about this? There are a few things I want to point out. I'll go quickly, but I love this. I love the promo Dominic is cutting. That is a shoot promo for every child of a wrestler.
That's true.
It is a shoot promo, bro. You are number 2. The wrestling business is number 1. You're never home. But bro, it's such a shoot promo. It's such a shoot promo that they had to throw in the line about instead of giving me a Mercedes, you gave me a BMW. They had to throw that in to make Dominic look like a DICK because it was a real promo. He wasn't there for the 8th. Bro, Dominic didn't make that up. Yeah. He wasn't there for the 8th grade. That's all true, bro. And it really makes the wrestler look like a piece of crap.
That's true. And kudos to Dom, man. He's really maturing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like ex-con Dom, man.
I do. I love that touch to it.
And just even from a character standpoint, growing his hair, looking a lot like Eddie Guerrero, interestingly enough. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Then backs Kathy Kelly once again, ladies and gentlemen, interviewing Lita, Trish, and Becky.
Bro, how did they not pay this off? I swear to God, I was asking people online because, bro, I'll be honest with you, I was flipping with Team USA because nothing was going on. And I kept saying, did I miss the payoff? They said, no, Vince, they never paid it off. The baby faces in 3 hours never got the heels. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I said this last week, man. I said, I bet you that next week or right before Mania, the heels are going to get the heat on the babies because I think the babies are going to win. And I said, I bet you that the heels are going to get the heat right before Mania leading into. This
was literally a week of nothing happening.
Yeah, it was it. And I knew it was going to happen like soon that the heels was going to get the heat real quick to make them intimidating enough to lose against the babies. Young Reckless 199 super chat. WrestleMania 17 replay Paul and Vince Roman, Rock, Cody, Austin, your light.
All right, Chris, go on.
All right. Thank you, Young Regular. 199 super chat. We get the Chad Gable. Oh, we get the Rollins and Corbin gimmick. We'll talk more about Corbin as far as where the heck should he go in the coming weeks, because
home, bro. That's where he needs to go.
Yeah,
he needs to go home for now. Corbin, please go home. Go home for a while.
This is bad, man. Backstage, Chad Gable. You get Mustafa Ali. Then we get Gable walking to the Otis Maximum Male Models photo shoot. So again, Vince, I'm going to say it every week until Mania. What does? Oh, okay. So the thing is your thoughts. Oh, okay, got you. So the
your thoughts.
Oh, your
thoughts.
That?
Your thought.
Your thoughts.
That's isn't that a magnifying glass?
No, I think it's like a brain, like a comment on a brain emoji.
I give up.
I think it's like either a light bulb or a brain emoji. Okay.
What's your
Your thoughts on the WrestleMania 17 replay, Paul? Vince equals Vince. Roman equals Rock. Oh, okay. So they're saying like, if we were, so that basically what your thoughts on if this is being booked as if a WrestleMania replay. So like Rock and Austin was WrestleMania 17. So could this be kind of like a version 2 or a replay of?
I never saw WrestleMania 17, so I don't know.
In my opinion, the best WrestleMania of all time.
Really?
Oh yeah, WrestleMania hands down. 17 hands down is my all-time favorite WrestleMania. I mean, that's really, what the Maximum Male Models. We'll get into that again. Has nothing to do. Oh, okay. As far as Cody and Paul turning on Reigns. Okay, gotcha. But the thing is, WrestleMania 17 was face versus face, though. Austin and Rock were both faces, so Roman is definitely a major heel. So I don't see that. I don't see that looking alike at all. Yeah, we'll talk about the Otis thing later. Belair and Chelsea Green. Belair, didn't I call this? Bro, Belair attacked by Green and Chelsea. Guess what? Guess what's next week? The tag match.
Bro, I want to point this out. I want you guys to. I just want to make an analogy here to show you how ridiculous this is. This is Chelsea Green. Now, guys, they do this with everybody, and it's called a test. They're testing you, bro, to see if you do anything. So we get all this build up with Chelsea Green, right, Chris? Then we test her. We put her out there, and she loses immediately. So we're going to see how she reacts. You know what that's the equivalent of? Let me explain to people what the equivalent of. That's the equivalent, bro, of a major league team calling up a rookie from the farm system and saying, okay, Rook, here's what we're going to do. You're going to go up to that plate. You're going to strike out 10 straight times. We want you to swing at anything. We're going to test you, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to test you. On the 11th swing, you're going to get it. Bro, their archaic way of thinking, it blows my mind. And then, bro, give me a Joey. Give me Joey.
Oh, yes. On here. I think it's time. Let's bring him. Here we go. Here we go. Where's he at? I got something special for y'all too. Here we go. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Joey.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Okay, now, Chris, do we do this show have we ever missed a week?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've ever missed a week.
I had COVID. But it was a replacement. So as far as this show happening every Monday, never missed a week.
Okay, so we couldn't have missed this, right? What episode did Asuka become Seth Rollins?
Episode 906.
When did that happen? When did Asuka become the Joker? And I missed that episode. When did that? What the frig is that, Chris? What is that?
That must have happened like Nikki Cross was kind of back in the shadows. They were probably negotiating, and we probably forgot. So we forgot. We missed Cody and Kevin Owens talking last week. Yes. So we must have missed.
I must have missed
Seth Rollins talking.
I must. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
my God. Bro.
That segment, Vince, was so awkward.
Oh, bro.
That was so awkward. And then like she did the whole guitar thing, and all of a sudden, like the fans just was flat. Like they were like, okay, when is this gonna end? You know? and then
Bro, that's exactly okay. What are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to
and then Bianca started to feel the same way. Like she did the expressions at first, and then she's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, when are we going to end this? And I wonder, like, if they gave her Asuka time limit to do that, but it dragged. It just was a very, very awkward segment. But I knew this was going to happen, Vince. I called.
You did say this weeks ago.
There's going to be a tag match at the end of this. And guess what?
This is autopilot. We said it, guys. We told you at the very first episode after the last pay-per-view. We said this is all going to be autopilot. Bro.
Yeah, indeed. Warm-up matches galore, man. Somehow that's going to intrigue me to get and then they're plugging the Peacock. You know, like, hey, let's go on Peacock and become a sub. But we're going to intrigue you to buy Peacock and subscribe by having these warm-up matches leading into WrestleMania. Like, if you're not a niche fan, if you're not a fan of the product, if you don't already have Peacock, they're not doing a good job bringing in new people to want to buy based on what we see here.
And why should they have to, bro? They're going to get their money from Peacock. It doesn't matter how it does. They've got a set deal with Peacock, whether there's 10 viewers or 10 billion viewers, it doesn't matter.
They got a deal with Peacock. They got a stable deal with Peacock. I think they still get more with the subs and stuff like that.
I don't think so. I'm not positive about that, but I don't think so.
Because they're promoting Peacock a lot as far as, you know, buying WrestleMania and subbing and things like that. Well, I remember the WWE Network, they used to have free months.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Or what were you about to say, Vince?
No, nothing. No. I was just saying there exactly what you said. They are not in. How are they enticing us to watch WrestleMania? See, that's a legit question, Chris. What did you see on this show that said what bro? The Lita and Becky running to the locker room with their belts. Oh, I got to see this match at WrestleMania. Like, seriously?
Yeah. If you. This is we're 2 weeks before WrestleMania. If you already have it in your mind or already have Peacock, like, you're going to watch WrestleMania.
I'm not.
But now, I'm saying if you have Peacock,
I have Peacock.
Right. If you have Peacock, you're going to watch WrestleMania. Like, not saying everybody who has Peacock is going to watch WrestleMania.
Okay. All right, let's make that clear.
I'm saying that if you have Peacock already, you're going to, as a wrestling fan, WrestleMania is there, so you're going to watch it.
You're not going to go out of your way to purchase.
You're going to go out of your way,
absolutely.
Purchase Peacock. I'm going to watch WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Why? Serious? Why?
Not with what we see here. That's for sure.
And bro, I gotta tell you this one last match. The one thing I could not believe, bro, and bro, this is where, like, I really get upset with the great worker labels, bro. Kevin Owens takes that spot on the chairs and comes back like it never running through the crowd, bro. Running through the crowd right after that chair spot. That's why then when you tell me Kevin Owens is a great worker, I'm like, really, bro? That shot looked great. That shot looked like, bro, like you wouldn't have, any human being would not have been able to get up. He was up. He was super kicking. He was cannonballing. Yep. And I'm like, really, bro?
To your point, Vince, before we close up, there was times where people would do like working punches back in the day, and people would sell the heck out of a working punch.
Yep.
And like now, they do super kicks like peanuts, like popcorn, and people just There's no sell it. It'd be like, oh, super kick, boom. Okay, bounce. Okay, I'm gonna do a super kick to you. You know what I mean? It's just nothing.
Chris, again, I'm gonna go to the psychology professional. What is the point of setting up that chair shot, which looks great, if you're not going to sell it? What is the point of doing it if you're not going to sell it, bro?
What did I say, Vince? It's the Tony Khan effect. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh,
pop,
man, bro. It's so like, come on, guys.
And all of these, and a lot of these matches are using these big high spots as moments to pop the crowd. Like that is the big emphasis on pro wrestling, period. It's not very, very little storyline based. We're going to do everything in the ring. We're going to have a big old pop, and you're setting the standard of like people. There's venomous, ravenous fans out there that's going to want more. And if you're not saving that spot for a bigger moment, now the fans are going to want bigger than that spot. You have as a wrestler, you have the ability to, you have the fans at in the palm of your hands, and you can have them eating from it and wanting more. Now, if you keep doing these big old pop spots, you're basically setting your bar to go higher because they're going to want more. Now, back in the day when they used to do suplexes and working punches and leg drops and people's elbows, that was the standard of what caused the fans to pop. But now, because there's a lack of storylines, everything has to happen in the ring to cause intrigue. And now that's the reason why so many wrestlers are getting injured, because you have all these spots that don't mean anything at the end, man. It's just like people break it. Like I remember Ray Phoenix in AEW, he did this random spot and just like fractured his leg or his ankle, or it was like his arm that he did. And I was just like, what are you doing, man? Like, and you're not getting any more money by doing that spot, and Chris, you're making this pop that's going to last for no time.
Chris, let me tell you how serious, because people think like they don't understand how serious. Chris, you know the ceilings in like offices, you know, that you pop up and you take them out. Mm-hmm. What kind of material is that? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Yeah. This is how serious this is. I want you guys to understand this. Okay. We had a clip on castrating the marks, Chris. Oh, the clip I showed you. Yeah. Remember? But Chris, you know what I noticed that I didn't see the first time around, Chris? Chris, this was a very small building, mm-hmm. and there were a lot of people in the building. Chris, you know what I didn't notice the first time around? Mm-hmm. Bro, the flames were hitting the ceiling.
Oh, wow.
Bro, that place could have went up and literally killed every freaking person in that arena.
Yeah.
Bro, this is serious stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Their panels, that's what they are. Yeah.
Bro, those go up like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have that's a kind of like a faux wood type of deal.
Yeah, it's
just like it's like very flammable. You know what I mean? That thing can just go in flames in no time. So yeah. All right. Well, let's get up out of here, man. We got to get some rest, man. WrestleMania is in 2 weeks. We're super hyped about it. Yes. There's so much excitement that's leading into WrestleMania. They want some new Peacock, subscribers. We need to get our adequate rest for WrestleMania in 2 weeks. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward now. You got me real excited about the Boogs Elias match now.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. and Mustafa Ali, and it seemed like it was going to be Ali and Ziggler, but it might be Ali and Gable now.
I'd like to just see Ali wrestle the hat. How about Ali wrestles the hat?
That's true. Actually, I've got a better opponent.
What do you got?
Or Mustafa Ali.
Don't insult me. Don't put him up. No. Where's my boob button? No way, bro. You're gonna kill Toots' career with that? You're gonna kill the great Toots. Toots wouldn't even know what to do with Ali, bro. The great Toots.
Toots is going to do
that back, Chris. Apologize.
He's going to do a working punch. He's going to pull your face up like this.
Oh man, how could you
an elbow with him?
Oh, how could you book Toots in that match?
And
how dare you, bro?
Ali is going to, like, when they're calling the match in the ring, Ali is going to be so confused. He's going to be like super kick.
I'm just watching this dude with the ski hat and the sunglasses, and I'm like, bro, weren't you Retribution? Bro?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what happened? What's the transition, bro?
Oh man, he's gonna be calling the match with Toots. All right, here we go, super kick. Toots gonna be like, no.
Yeah. No.
All right, moonsault. Here we go. Tackle the moon. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Toots ain't doing none of that stuff. Look at Roland Curtis at the bell. Look at that, bro.
Always coming through 1999. To Vince's point, Dominic's promo was so good because it was so real. Dom only has to remember Ray's past absences. Notice how the Dom isn't talking much about the fake jail time. Scoring Dom is an easy role for him to play.
Hey, Chris, I will tell you this, and this is no BS. My oldest son, Will, is going to be 36, okay? Chris, I missed his first Little League home run because of wrestling. I never forgot that. He's going to be 36. I'm telling you guys. I mean, it's true, man. It's true, bro.
Yeah. Yikes, man. Well, what else is true? Talking about home runs, man. This guy right here has a whole home run Hall of Fame pro wrestling career as a writer and a former world champion. Vince Russo. Let him know about the fantasy baseball.
I'm going to let you guys know about my fantasy baseball because I've expanded leagues. The cutoff date is Thursday, bro. I only got 4 spots, man. You could play against me in a fantasy baseball league. If you love baseball, check it out. 4 spots. Patreon.com/VRFBB. 4 slots, guys.
Very nice. Go check him out on Patreon. Pancakes and Power Slams. The 11-year anniversaries in a couple of weeks. 11 years of that show. 500. Where am I at? 570, around 570 now. So
crazy, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And because it's a listener-supported show, and speaking of Rollin hangs out with me on Tuesday nights at 11:40. And then next, it's right after my unscripted. So I have unscripted here from 11 to 11:30 Eastern on Sportskeeda, and a lot of the crowd come over to Pancakes and Power Slams. I brought a lot of my PMP crowd over to Sportskeeda too, so it's a nice a fun conjunction there. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, Vince Russo, patreon.com/VRFBB. I'm Dr. Chris. Follow me at Chris Prolific. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.